Good evening to all of you. Welcome to the press conference of the AICC. The present NDA government is really testing the patience of the people of this country, whether of farmers, common people, small traders and all. Even now, the people have no idea of their motive to introducing it. But no other country till today has introduced this kind of a big misadventure with regard to withdrawal of cash from circulation. I don't exactly call it as a demonetization, which is not so. If it is demonetization, yes, currency should be immediately, replaced by the new currencies. But it is not so. And in fact, Dr. Manmohan Singh has already come out with a very firm statement with absolute clarity that it's a monumental mismanagement and organized loot and plunder. I totally subscribe with him, and we don't have even 20% of the active accounts. He would like to build a cashless society without any basis. Demonetization is done, normally it is resorted to by any other countries when there is a high inflation, when there is instability in the economy of the country. Instability in the economy of the country. Both the prerequisites, is it all right? All of you are hearing me?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Both the prerequisites are just not available in this case. In fact, even agriculture was growing at 3.3%. After last 2 consecutive droughts. The Prime Minister has created an artificial drought in the country. When the Kharif was to be harvested and the Rabi preparation had to be done, he had just cut the bone of the farmers in this country. The Kharif is not lifted, they are on the field or in the courtyard, and Rabi, they no nothing. I think as late as this they are pumping some money, cash. But all cooperative banks, all cooperatives have been, denied the lending power. Money just not available in the rural sector. As you all know, 80% of our farmers depend upon the cooperative societies, cooperative farming, cooperative banks. They have been totally, I must tell you, disabled by this kind of an order. I don't know, is he targeting against the farmers? Is there any political motive in paralyzing the rural economy, particularly in UP, Punjab, and some other places? He has some grudge against the farmers. That's a question which everybody is putting question, because ultimately it is demonetization is not done by, on any monetary consideration. 1929, in US Federal Bank, they withdrew 35% of the cash from circulation. Consequently, what a disaster which has happened there. Consequently, Great Depression on the economy of the entire world came into being. And it took decades and decades to recover, resurrect the economy of the world over, not only US. We have some instances like in Zimbabwe, the Philippines. Some of these countries have done it, but it did not disrupt the economy. This has totally disrupted the economy itself. Of course, he must be thinking, it is my guess, I don't know. I can't, enter into his mind and find out. If I had that power, I would have done it. He must have intended that, 16 lakh crore of rupees under circulation, particularly the 500 and 1,000 rupees denomination. And he thought that out of it only, about 14 lakhs will come back, or 13, whatever the calculation, and rest will not come back. So he has a sense, somebody must have told him, may not be the pure economist, somebody else must have told him, 4.5 lakhs will not come back. As a result, this will be treated as a constitute profit for the RBI. When it is a profit by RBI, according to the RBI rules and acts, it has to go back to the government as a dividend. He thought that this money, maybe somebody was telling me, I don't know how far it is correct, or maybe far-fetched idea, my own logic, that he will give 1.5 lakhs to the farmers for a loan waiver. He will give another 1 lakh or so for the big programs, and of course 1.5 lakhs he will give to the banks for recapitalization. So that he knows very well that the banks are collapsing now. I know the position now. NPA, they have no control over the NPAs. They are not, even the stress loans are not coming. Research, even the, in fact, all that money invested for reinvested in the banks, from the bank, they are not coming back. Consequently, what is happening on the investment scenario? According to all the rating agencies, I don't want to go to every rating agency says that we are near below investment region in this country. He could not manage, the government could not manage the economy of the country. In fact, as you all know that, the NPA could not be recovered. It is galloping like anything. Cannot be regulated at all. Many of the banks, they are stopped giving loans. Agriculture loan given by the Nationalized Bank is 19 years low figure. 19 years old low. It has gone that low. And domestic, as far as the investment in the domestic area is concerned, I must tell you that, it is lowest ever. Some FDI is coming, that too in the commerce and all. Maybe that he must be having some idea that he can afford to lose the retail sector, which provides more than 80% of the employment in the country, which produces 45% of the product here. And he thought that he is very much attracted to e-commerce. That is why, if these people suffer, retail sector suffer, the big people like Walmart, Amazon, and some of these can definitely come up. That is the area where he thinks the investment is coming from abroad. Must have thought that, this is what he needs to nurture. But at what cost? At the cost of the employment. Now it is a jobless economy. Jobless economy, there is no investment for industries, nothing. Retail sector, it will collapse. And even then, day-to-day basis, sometimes 2 orders per day. Reserve Bank issues that order. Monetary Policy Committee was constituted only a couple of months back. With what purpose? RBI governor is the chairman of that Monetary Policy Committee. First time, after it is being worked out, it has been constituted. Now, what will happen to the policy of the Monetary Policy Committee is not consulted at all. Only one economist in the country who is in the government, that is Dr. Arvind no, not Paragaria. I am telling you about the economic advisor. Arvind Subramaniam. He says, I never knew about this. That is, he is the only economist involved in this process. Panagaraya, anyway, I think he has been appointed for something else, not for this consultation and all. So this is what is happening today. And every day, the latest in addition is the second amendment to the Income Tax Act. Second Income Tax Act, they introduced it. They just, I'm afraid because we are not allowed to speak there. No opportunity to discuss on the floor of the House. And of course, the BJP, they are very happy. So far, Sri Narendra Modi continues as a Prime Minister. That is enough for them. But they just forget. By this latest order, or latest amendment to the, that is the second amendment to the Income Tax Act, what has happened? Second Income Tax Act, that will deprive the income of the states to the extent of 50%. Cess will not go back to the states. Penalty levied on that will not go back to the state. They are practically misappropriating the entire thing. It's a big assault on the federal economy in this country. Apart from that, there is no threshold at all. No threshold. Anybody can be raided, even a smallest man having a business of having a money of 5,000, 10,000, anybody can be raided. No threshold has been fixed. This nothing but, unleashing the taxation terrorism in this country. Anybody can be approached. Anybody becomes vulnerable in this. So these are all some of the things, which the total assault on the economy, total assault on the farmers, total assault on the day-to-day life of a commoner, and, this is a very, very, panic situation. And in fact, this has affected everybody. To take my own money, everybody is driven to the street. Already, I think about more than 75, 80 persons died, standing in the queue. I think this will take definitely, even the finance ministry came out on their own, that the GDP will be, this year will end up with 5.5%, as against 7.5% which they were expecting. But a fall, 2% fall. And another 3 years, definitely GDP will fall. When the country was picking up, economy was to become vibrant, farming sector just picking up after the 2 years of consequent droughts. Again, this panic button is pressed by the Prime Minister of the country. In fact, this is a panic strike, which I don't call it a surgical strike. And this is definitely panic strike on the people of this country, and day to day they are disrupted.